inotaku kutichamisa imari achatitungamira zvakanaka irodare dzagara nemadzimai ose apfuma kutichamisa imari achatitungamira zvakanaka dare dzagara vechidiki vapfuma kutichamisa imari achatitungamira zvakanaka dare dzagara nemadzibaba ese apfuma kutichamisa imari achatitungamira zvakanaka dare dzagara zimbabwe yese yapfuma iye chamisa imari achatitungamira zvakanaka.
Good afternoon, good evening, blessed day to you all, our Change Radio viewers and listeners joining us from across the globe. Welcome to this week's episode of News Review. As usual, we have a most interesting lineup of stories that we would like to rehash with you. Just looking at the stories that were happening throughout this week in our news on Change Radio. Before we go ahead, let me give my panelists a chance to come in and greet you, our viewers and listeners, and introduce themselves. We have Mambo Sose and champion Sophia Tekwani with me on News Review today. Would you like to go ahead and greet our viewers and listeners, my champions?
Can you hear me, Champion Estella?
Yes, I can hear you clearly, Champion Sophia.
Thank you. It's a very warm welcome, listeners and viewers from all over the world. We welcome you to our weekly edition of News Review, and thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much, Champion Sophia. And for our viewers and listeners, thank you for tuning in. I would like to encourage you, if you're not subscribed to our YouTube page, please do subscribe to our YouTube page. Follow us on Facebook, on Twitter, and we're also on TikTok. Please do go and follow us on TikTok as well. And just to remind you that we do have our Change Radio app that you could listen to our radio on. If you have not downloaded it, please do go onto Google Play and download our app so that you can always easily tune in and listen to our stream. Our first story today is about the CCC London and Botswana programs, which were held, I believe, yesterday on Saturday. Champion Sophia, do you have insight into either one of these two?
Thank you, Champion Estella. This is just some of the programs that the CCC are hosting and interacting with the members, different members from all over the world. And I think there's a video. There are a couple of videos that our technical team in the background can show to our viewers so that the listeners and viewers can see and look for themselves the engagements that the CCC is doing and the success of these engagements that the CCC leadership is having with its members.
Champion Leo, are you there?
ndogona dambudziko randaita maita aripi aiwa munoza mudiaspora sekuziva kwandinoita kune over 5 million Zimbabweans who are in the diaspora, and my youth are a majority of those people. My youth are counted in diaspora. Why is talk about my youth? Why didn't I tell us 2023? Because for my youth, 2023, it's now or never. President Chamisa must be in government, must be president. Triple C must be the government of the day. So 2023, we should be seeing more young people here. But here they are not showing. Why? People in the diaspora, they are the people who I will call the liberated ones. They have the freedom to speak. They have electricity. They have internet. They are working. And so I have been to Brussels in the past month.
Yes, that was
Yellow, mellow yellow.
There you have it, our viewers and listeners. 2 short extracts from our CCC London program, which was held on Saturday. I believe interim VP Mekore was at this event, and she did give a speech. Champion Leo, do we happen to have anything on that? Okay, whilst Champion Leo is just getting himself orientated, I would like to give our 2 recently joined panelists a chance to greet you, our viewers and listeners. And maybe starting with ladies first, I would ask Champion Loveness, would you like to go ahead and greet the viewers and listeners before we continue with our program lineup? And it looks like Champion Loveness is having problems with her network. Mambo Sose.
Okay, thank you, Estela Muria Zimbabwe. Thank you so much for joining us. This is your favorite program, News Review, where we talk about all the news that made the headlines during the week on Change Radio and other news platforms. And like Estela said, we have a lot in store for you today. Many things are happening. Citizens have launched a platform that any one of you here would want to hear about. And we also have other news headlines that we are going to discuss. Please do share this video so that as many people as possible can come and listen in.
Yes, Champion Loveness, I think you were having network issues earlier on. Would you like to just greet the viewers and listeners?
Oh, thank you, Leader Estela. Greetings, our viewers and listeners. My name is Loveness Botora Kanjiva, as people call me. I would like to welcome you to our program. Thank you for following us, and thank you very much for your support. Please continue to share this video, continue to invite your friends and relatives to follow us so that we can keep updated on what has been happening or what is happening in our everyday life. Thank you very much, Leader Stella.
Yes, thank you, there, Champion Loveness. So we just got to watch 2 videos from the CCC London event, and I was saying our interim VP Champion Kore was featuring at this event, and I believe she gave a speech. Champion Leo.
Yeah, in fact, it was not only VP Core. This was a high-profile event, a fundraising event in Birmingham. So besides our interim vice president, we have to say interim, otherwise we'll all get in trouble here. It's interim vice president, and we also have our interim international organizing secretary, Honorable Chibaya. They were there in Birmingham, and I hear, it was a very successful program. Lots of funds were raised. We'll get her to hear what the vice president or the interim vice president and Honorable Chibaya, were shared with our members and citizens in the UK from these videos.
Yes, thank you.
My citizens, mese makakosha, mese makatikoshera. Saka handisi kuda kungodzvama kuenda muprotocol.
I think the volume is low. I don't know if viewers can hear that. I can't hear the volume from
Kuti
here.
Mwari wokudenga akuitire zvakanaka.
There we go.
I've been honored, honestly. When I was getting padoapo, ndati Mwari, taakuZimbabwe. Nekuti pandatarisa mafeses ndati vanhu ava vari kuti handei tinovhota tidzokere kumusha. So before I go speech yangu, ndoda kuti mumbopa assurance kwandiri. Vari kuda kunovhota kumusha ngatimbosimudza maoko. Vari kuda kunovhota come 2023.
The volume has gone down again.
Vakarejesta kuvhota here. Vakarejesta ngatisimudze maoko. Vasati varejesta ngavambosimudza maoko. Yes. Vasati varejesta kuvhota kumusha. Zvoreva kuti tese takarejesta kuvhota. Pane wana asimudza uyo kureva kuti vachivana. Tine munhu aruda kunoreka.
Yes, a short extract there from interim VP Karenyi Kore's speech in London, talking about how we should all go and register to vote. Chief, would you like to give a little more on the speech?
Yeah, I think Leo has another part of that video again. We can go ahead and play it. But this was a VP, interim VP Kore, encouraging people to go and register to vote. So even if you are in the diaspora, you're still expected or obligated to go and vote. And this is something that we can actually do. Instead of having your vacation in Bahamas or somewhere in the islands, organize so that you go and have your vacation in Zimbabwe. We have many good places there. Victoria Falls. Some of you have lived your lives in the diaspora and you don't even know Victoria Falls. Estella, have you ever been to the Victoria Falls?
No,
Many people,
no.
Loveness, have you ever been to the Victoria Falls or to the Nyanga Mountains?
Oh, looks like she's frozen again.
Okay.
Yeah, I haven't been to Nyanga. I've only been to Kariba, but not Victoria Falls either.
You see, that's what I'm saying. That instead of planning your vacation in some of these places in other countries, plan your vacation so that you are in Zimbabwe, at the time of voting. I always do that myself, and I made sure that I've always voted. So everyone here, you can go and vote. And now there's still time for you to go and register. Go at Christmas. I know a lot of people are traveling during Christmas. Go and register during Christmas. And then when the dates are announced, you also plan your 2023 vacation around that. And then you go and vote, because every vote matters, especially to our colleagues in South Africa, Botswana, Zambia. I'm telling you, you have no excuse, Loveness. You have no excuse for you to not to go and vote. We all need to go and vote. South Africa, you can be the game changer. You can be our joker during these elections. over 1 million Zimbabweans are in there. Can you imagine if all of them can go and register to vote and then turn out to go and vote? ZANU-PF will have no chance. Numbers matter. We need more people. We need more numbers. So VP was talking about that. Leo, I don't know if you have another recording from Birmingham.
Aiwa. Mwana diaspora. Sekuziwa kwatinoita.
No volume.
Over 5 million Zimbabweans who are in the diaspora. And my youth are majority of those people. My youth are counted there. Why you talk about my youth? Why in that time First for my youth, it's now over there. President Chamisa must be the champion, must be president. Triple C must be the government of the day. So 2023, we should be seeing more young people here. But here they are not showing. Why? People in the diaspora, they are the people who are called the liberated ones. They have the freedom to speak. They have electricity. They have internet. They are working. And Strategies, I have been to Brussels in the past month. European Union headquarters. I have been here in the UK. I have been to the UK Parliament. But what I have seen, yes, people may walk with us, but no one will walk the journey for us. People may be with us, but we are, as Zimbabweans, the ones who should walk our journey. What am I saying?
Yes, thank you, Champion Leo. That was Champion Marco there, speaking at the CCC London event, emphasizing the importance of our participation in this election as diasporans, and pointing out, I think, the small number of youths he encountered at this event, which is something I found striking, that our youth are the future of our politics as a nation. And the situation we are facing currently is mainly due to the alienation of youth from politics. So we have the old guys clinging to positions of power from decade to decade, and the youth being alienated. I think this is something we have to correct for future generations, starting with us who are in diaspora, who, as he said, we are the liberated ones. We cannot be oppressed by an oppressive regime, and we have access to information, we have access to internet. So let's encourage our youth right here in the diaspora to start very young, to take an active interest in politics, so that we don't find ourselves in the same situation again a few years down the line. And seeing as this is a monumental election that is facing us next year, I think it's important for us, as Chief pointed out earlier, to maximize our participation just to ensure that our victory is secured. My panelists, would you like to comment on the videos that were played? The one by Marco, the one by VP Karenyikore. Chief, Murkundinzwa here.
It's playing right now.
Oh dear.
That was Champion Marco speaking at the event in Birmingham, just thanking the diaspora for the contributions that you guys are making to our struggle in Zimbabwe. And he's encouraging youth to participate. Youth, my youth, if you are there, we need you to come up, we need you to stand up, we need you to do more. I know you're already doing a lot, but as we go towards the home stretch, towards the elections, you really need to stand up and do more. Loveness.
Yes, Chief. Hello, can you hear me? Oh, okay. I would like to also add on that, on the issue of the youth. I would like to encourage the youth to take it serious, because we really want to bring change in our country. Without the youth, everything cannot be in the right position, because if we look at it, it's us who is suffering. It's our families, our children, which we are going to have in our future, who are going to suffer because of that. So as the youth, I'd like to encourage every youth out there to encourage everyone to go and register to vote, and to go and vote as well when time comes next year, and to what can I say, to try by all means to make it serious, so that our vote cannot be rigged. Let's not give someone a chance or any opportunity to rig. So all the youth up there, let's unite. Let's just join hands and do this one thing together. Thank you.
Yes, and talking about voter registration, the Electoral Reform Center is offering transportation to anyone who wants to go and register to vote during this festive season. So if you happen to be going to Zimbabwe for Christmas holidays and you have not yet registered to vote, or if you know someone who has not yet registered to vote, you can call them on the number which is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, 08080219, and request transportation to the nearest voter registration center. I think, Captain Leah, do we have footage from
Leader Estela.
Yes.
Okay, I just want to add on those people who are in South Africa. We have a program here in Joburg. We are taking everyone to Bedbridge to register to vote. So everyone who wish to go and register to vote, everyone who is in Johannesburg and surrounding areas who wish to go and register to vote, they can contact any leadership, any Triple C leadership in Joburg. Or if they don't have my number, they can contact any Triple C leadership in Joburg. They can contact me so that we can plan on how we are doing it. After every 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we are taking people to Bedbridge to register to vote. So anyone who is interested can join us. That's all. Thank you.
Would you like to supply your number so that in case there is someone in our audience who does not have contacts to the CCP leadership in Johannesburg but would like to take advantage of this offer?
Oh,
Would you
yeah.
like
My number, I think that my number can be flashed on the screen. Let me put the code, +27 47 121 073. Let me repeat the number again. +27 747 121 073.
Okay.
That's my number.
All right. Let me put it on a banner. There is Champion Loveness is as well as Champion Loveness's number for those who would like to take advantage of this offer of transportation from Johannesburg to the border for registration, for voter registration. Alternatively, as Champion Loveness said, you can contact any CCC leadership in Johannesburg and they can help you as well. Do we happen to have anything on the Botswana CCC event?
Yeah, there are some videos. I don't know. I uploaded them. They were on the group.
Botswana also had a fundraising dinner yesterday in Gaborone, and I saw people there being exorcised of the ZANU-PF spirit because Baba Shanduko was there. He was live in Botswana. He was doing his thing there, and we want to thank Botswana for organizing this event. You know, Botswana is a very small country, but I saw quite a bunch of Zimbabweans there. You know, I was in Botswana at one time, and we used to have a very vibrant branch there, and then it went quiet. Now, Anama Voko, our champions there, our organizing champions there, are doing a good job bringing people together. So if you are in Botswana, please do not be left out. You know, be part of this initiative, be part of CCC, be part of the citizen movement in Botswana. If you can play one of the videos from Mazibaba or the pictures, whatever, you can fly it there from Botswana fundraising deal. No volume.
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Yes, that was part of the program in Botswana. Mazibaba Shanduko was there.
Yeah, there's something that we need to do as CCC. I mean, these are simple things. I don't know why people can't get quality videos. You know, if you can't get what are you trying to do? I mean, it's just annoying. You know, we can't get anything from a 30-second video. Why do you share a 30-second video? You know, 1 minute, 2 minutes, at least you can get the gist of what people are doing. You know, I think as citizen journalists, that's something that we need to just train people to do. Just get a video where people can get something about what was going on.
Yes, I actually did see slightly longer versions of all these videos that we flighted. And I think the originals were a bit longer. Somebody cut them shorter for social media, most likely. Chief, I don't know, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. We have a guest who joined us, Gift Mugio. Is he to comment on the Botswana or London CCC program?
Is it Gift or it's Mr. Bear?
The name I see here is Gift Mugio, but I am not sure if it's Gift behind the screen.
I'd invited Mr. Bear to come and talk about the citizen initiative. That's the only person I gave a link.
Okay. Citizens.
You can just find out if it's Mr. Bear who is using another person's. Then we
talk to him.
I just saw he's going to speak about Butu. About Butu.
Oh, are you the one who gave him the link, Champion Loveness?
No, I'm not the one. I saw the private chat. There's a message on the private chat.
Oh, private. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
bring
so
him
this
on,
is
Leader Loveness, as long as we know who he is.
yes. He's going to talk about the Gutu intimidation. Champion Gift Mugio. Champion Gift Mugio, can you hear me? It looks like there is an issue with his devices. Champion Gift, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud.
Okay.
Yeah, he's having network issues. I don't think he will be
Network
able to
issues,
speak.
okay.
If he can call on WhatsApp, maybe.
Hello?
Can you please go ahead?
Am I audible? Makadi, Chief Sose, Makadi, vamwe vese varipo.
Tiripo kana
Tiripo kana
makadiyo titaure chichiri kuitika kwaGutu.
Zvaitika nhasi kwaGutu kwaMazuru. Pane makanselas nemaactivists vezanu PF vari kuti vanhu vanonzi vanotsigira triple C vanyimwe mbeu yegovernment initiative yai. Vanhu ivavo vanoti vanhu ivavo vanoti kansela Shuro Chidhumo zvichavangira Chinanga ndo vari kuita zvinhu zvakadaro kudunhu iroro.
Saka mataurira maudza vanhu macitizens kuti kudii?
Apa inini ndiri kutaura ndakamirira munhu andipa information nekuti he wants to be an anonymous, ari kutya kuvictimizwa nekuti atori mudunhu panguva yatiri kutaura izvozvi.
Okay, all right, taurai zvenyu. Saka can you give us more information?
Ndo vanhu vari kukonzeresa mudunhu ivavo, saka tisingazive kuti pamutemo zvinobvumirwa here kuti if it is a government program inotorwa yobva yaitwa politicized yonzi nekuti iwewe unosapota party.
I think he's breaking out.
Okay, that was Mr. Gift Muguyo. He's commenting on the voter intimidation in Gutu, where ZANU-PF is targeting Triple C people, beating them up and not giving them government inputs. You know, if you are being given mbeu in the rural areas, it's not coming from ZANU-PF. People need to know that. We need to educate people on that. They deserve that as much as anyone else. Mbeu inobva kuhurumende. Hurumende inowana mari kubva kuma-taxpayers. Imari yedu, imari yevana veZimbabwe. Saka munhu wese akakodzera kuwana mbeu. So what ZANU-PF is doing is illegal and it should be done. It should never be done. And you know, we are hearing stories here that in Gutu that is what is going on. Back to you, Estela.
Thank you, Chief, and thank you, Mr. Gift Mugio. I don't know, didn't President Chamisa advise people to do Operation Brumango to sign up as ZANU and get all these benefits so that people don't have to miss out on benefits that are their rights, or to suffer terror at the hands of ZANU-PF. How feasible is that in a practical context, like here in Gutu? Can people or can't they pretend to have changed sides that now I've started to support ZANU because life is difficult as a CCC supporter. I can't get Mbeu, I can't get any of the benefits. Ndaku ZANU ndipe henyu card opuwa zvese, and they can have a safe life until we get to vote. Is it something doable, or is it something that's just
Yeah, it is feasible. What you are simply saying is President Chamisa doesn't want people to be beaten up in the rural areas because they have refused to go to a ZANU-PF rally. And we are saying, if ZANU-PF comes and say, all of you go to the rally, and then in Mag rally koko monopiwa chibage, monopiwa mbeu, monoida say, get the mbeu, we can't risk lives by saying, if Masabu, there are some, unscrupulous Sabu, vanomhanya vachinotaurira vanhu kuti handei kumusangano wezana, handei kumusangano wezana. Iwe woramba wakagara mumba mako uchiti uri munhu wetriple C, vouya vokupisira imba yako vokurova. That's what President Chamisa is saying. He doesn't want to see people, more people getting hurt, more people dying, more people losing their properties over something that is in your heart. If you attend a ZANU-PF rally, it doesn't make you a ZANU-PF member. If you get mbeu from a ZANU-PF rally, it doesn't make you a ZANU-PF member. And certainly, it doesn't make you vote for ZANU-PF if you didn't want to. So we are saying, go to and attend their meetings, and even tell us what they are doing, what they are planning, while you are there. So that's simple. That's in simple terms, Operation Brumango. Kuti paunenge uri panze apo, ita zvinoitwa chi nevamwe. Asi kana wakuenda kunovhota, chitarisa mumwoyo mako, wobva waziva kuti uri yellow iwewe, hausi ZANU-PF.
So I guess we can advise our GUTU members to implement this strategy so that they don't continue to be alienated and victimized, and we are ensured that they will live to see the 2023 elections. We have a comment, Anzindo Kumbirao. Well, someone was asking for the Change Radio News WhatsApp group. Champion Leo, I believe you have this link. Maybe you could post it in comments so that any other person who would like to join that group can get it from there as well. Chief Mama is saying a comment.
Yeah, that's okay. Go ahead. People will just read.
All right. Okay. I thought you wanted to comment on it.
No.
All right. So I just thought, since we're talking about violence in GUTU, we could just go ahead and talk about an affiliated issue: violence visited upon Mbare residents by ZANU-PF. Do we happen to have a video on this one?
I think there's a video in Mbare that we saw where the MP and one of our senior citizens in Mbare was talking about the intimidation, the violence that is going on in Mbare ahead of elections. I'm just glad that citizens are speaking out. Citizens are sending videos to Change Radio, and they are, telling the world what is going on. If Leo, you can play that video by one of our senior citizens in Mbare, I think that would be great. Yeah, it looks like the video is not ready, but she was talking about how people are being beaten up. One lady she was describing was actually killed in Mbare. Can you imagine if ZANU-PF is doing violence in Mbare? I think, Estella, that will lead us to one of the issues that we want to talk about here, where ZANU-PF is now importing violence from Zimbabwe into the diaspora. We have one of our own, one of our news anchors, and also our deputy HR manager, Sophia Tekwane, whose child is being terrorized in Sweden. You know, this is ZANU-PF trying to silence the people in the diaspora not to speak out. ZANU-PF is threatened by what we do on social media, by what we are doing on Twitter Spaces, by citizens speaking out. The people in Zimbabwe cannot speak, because if they speak, just like what they did with Honorable Job Scala and many other from the Nyatsime 18, you get arrested. But here in the diaspora, we were able, and we are still able, and will continue to speak on behalf of the people in Zimbabwe and tell the truth about what is going on in Zimbabwe. So ZANU-PF is trying to stop that. They recently passed the Patriot Bill, or the Patriotic Bill, where they are trying to, criminalize anyone who speaks to a foreign national outside Zimbabwe. If I'm here in America, if I'm seen, or if it's proven that I went to the State Department or State House, or I spoke to a senator or a representative, I can be arrested on arrival at the Harare International Airport just for saying that, just for doing that. So that's what ZANU-PF is doing in the diaspora. They are harassing people. I think you also know of a similar case, Mr. Chinyanga in the United Kingdom, who has been taken to court. I think he has actually, I know that he has actually been, found guilty on one, issue where he spoke on social media about people that were trying to assassinate President Chamisa while he was addressing in Marondera during a tree planting day. And then he went, obviously, as a Zimbabwean who is emotional about what is going on. Chinyanga went out on social media and lashed out at ZANU-PF, and maybe said one or two words that he may not have said. But that's what happens when you're in a struggle. You become emotional, you talk about something, but that's something that everyone does every day. We do that. But ZANU-PF just decided to target Mr. Chinyanga, and he was reported by one Ruramai. Ruramai, the ZANU-PF person or activist. We can't even say activist. That's not activism. The ZANU-PF Murakash in UK is the one who reported Chinyanga, being supported obviously by the CIOs at the embassy in the United Kingdom. I'm bringing up this issue because it is a direct relationship with what is happening to Sophia Tekwane in Sweden. Sophia Tekwane is being targeted by embassy staff. At embassies, there are always CIOs there. So your child was traumatized, was physically abused. We'll try to bring up Sophia here so that she can just share with us what is going on in Sweden. I know she's unable to be doing her duties as she's supposed to be doing because she's currently very, very traumatized. But I just persuaded her to come here and share for a few minutes what is going on in Sweden. Sophia, if you can hear us, can you please go ahead and just very quickly describe the trauma that ZANU-PF has caused you while you are in Sweden? And I'm seeing here Mr. Bere has joined us. So we'll go to Mr. Bere after Sophie. Sophia, can you go ahead?
Thank you so much, Chief. Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. First of all, I'd just like to apologize. I'm just a mess. I can't show my face as we're speaking. It hasn't been easy, but before I just narrate what is going on, I just want to thank the support of fellow champions, Triple C, Change Radio, the world over. Your support has been amazing, and you have really helped to strengthen us. We really could not have done this on our own. It's been quite difficult. But as Chief says, this started a few months ago when we started receiving notes and phone calls, just saying, "Stop it! You're a traitor." We have information that you're talking to other political parties to support the Triple C and other government agents and other government bodies as well, and you're speaking badly about the government in Zimbabwe. And according to the patriotic bill, it is not allowed. I was told I'm committing a crime and that I'm a traitor. So we spoke briefly about it. I remember we once talked about with Mambo Shoshe, and I just thought, okay, it's just talking and it's going to end there. But unfortunately, last week as my son was going to school, he normally leaves around 6:15 in the morning to go to the train, which is about 200 meters from where we live. So he went, as he was going to the train, he says that he just felt people from behind him who grabbed him and closed his mouth. And it was quite dark. I mean, if you know the location where we are, Leader Estella can attest to that. We're in the same environment. 6 a.m., it's actually quite dark in the morning. So he didn't see, and he was in shock about what was going on. So he couldn't recount what was going on. And he said they dragged him and they walked for a while, and they put him in a room, and he could manage to identify 4 or 5 different voices of people who were talking, and they were speaking to him in Shona. And you wonder how many people speak Shona in the middle of Stockholm, up near the northern, the Arctic Circle. So as they were talking to him, they were telling him, "Why did you do Ngapi in the Hakim Komana video? And why does your mother keep on doing this? We've told her to stop." And he was being beaten up. He said he was kicked by boots. He was scratched. One of the guys, he said he could smell the smoke of cigarettes. And the next thing that he knew was that he felt heat in his head and they were burning up his hair. So he said he tried to scream, but they told him that they were going to kill him, and he was scared and he didn't even know where he was. So this carried on for a while. And then he said they took him out again and they made him walk quite a distance, and then they put him in another room. And then they told him to sit facing a corner, and he was left there. How I then discovered was all along, I didn't know. The kids got ready, they went to school, and I got ready and I went to work. And then at about 4:15 in the afternoon, I got a call from the doctor's office because my son had an appointment at the doctor's at 4:00. And the doctors were calling me to say, "Your son is not yet at the appointment, just checking what was going on." So I found him and his phone was off. His sister as well had just come from school. She also tried to call him, contact him on Snapchat, and his phone was not going through. And because they shared some contacts, mutual friends, when it was about getting to about 6:00, we were now getting worried. So I said to her, just check with your mutual contacts if they are together. Because in my head, I was thinking, maybe Mwanaita Mskanzo hapa mwe vanonoka vachitamba neshamwari. But this was something that was very odd because every day without fail, 5:30, 6 p.m., he would always be in the house. So she contacted one of her friends, and then he said, you know what, he was not in class that day. So now we were panicking because he hadn't been to the doctor's appointment. The doctors had called to say he didn't pitch up for the doctor's appointment. His phone was off, and the friend had now said that he had not been in class that day. and he has a student transport card which stops working at 7 p.m. And we were now worried that it was coming to 7 p.m. and he would not be able to come home because he would not be able to use a transport card. So just after 7 p.m., in a state of panic, now we called the police and just tried to get help on, maybe someone they could send, information around, and the police would see his description. They asked for his description so they could help to just look around. And then immediately, soon after we called the police, about 10 minutes later, patrol came through, and then they were also getting more details about what it looks like and just to understand the situation. So then they went outside and they went around the block, they went to the train stations and they were trying to look for him. And then they went into the buildings around us and then they found him in a basement. So, I remember when he came in, it was almost as if I've seen a ghost because, with the police saying out they're looking in hospitals and everywhere else, I was just expecting the worst. So when I saw him, it was almost like you're in a dream. It's disbelief that, okay, this is my son, and I don't know where he was, and he was looking like such a mess. And then that's when he described that the whole day these people had been moving him around from place to place, and they'd been beating him up. But he didn't say to me what he said to the male police officer because when they wanted more information, I was getting more, information, giving more information to the other police officers outside. He then said to the male that was interviewing him that these people had inserted some foreign object in his anus. And he was scared to come out of this basement. He didn't know where he was because he'd never been into that building. But he was scared to come out because he thought maybe these people were still waiting outside. And he was too embarrassed and he was too ashamed to say what had happened in front of me. So he then told this police officer, who then arranged for him immediately to be taken to a hospital for, the trauma treatment that comes with sexual abuse. And then he then told me later on that this is what had happened to my son. So they took him to the hospital for treatment and counseling and DNA swabbing just to get as much information and as many clues as they could to find these perpetrators. But that evening and the following days, we had the protection of the Swedish police. They would come and park their patrol vehicles in front of the building and at the back of the building, and just to reassure, because as you can imagine, you'll be worried that you don't know who's going to come, what's going to happen. These are people who had been following us and who had been sending messages, telling us what we were wearing on a particular day. They actually even sent a message the other time saying, oh, you changed your curtains. So these are people who knew and they were following our daily lives of what we were doing. And so I think the police then, were trying to put in a little bit more of protection and just sending patrol cars to be based or to be parked at the building just to give us that extra sense of security. But through all that ordeal, I just wanted. It's been a mixed bag of emotions for us because at some point we just wanted to go and hide under a rock and just disappear off the face of the earth. And then the next minute you're so angry that why would people do this to your child because they want to punish you for something that you have done. I was so emotionally charged the other time. I just wanted to go straight and barge through the doors of the embassy and ask, what has my son done to you? But
Yeah, Sophia, thank you so much. We'll come back to you a little bit later. Just calm down. We are with you. We will support you. Citizens here are also, in support of you. So we'll remain standing with you. Just remain there, put on mute and calm down a little bit, and then we'll come back to you. I'm seeing here Mr. Bere just joined us. These are citizens that just launched an app here that a lot of people have been waiting for, that can allow you to support the struggle from the comfort of your home, and even support your home constituents whilst you are here. So I don't want to preempt what Mr. Bere is going to say. Mr. Bere, thank you so much for the app that you developed, or the initiative, because I think it's more than an app. You can go ahead and tell people about it.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you, Chief Joseph, for this opportunity. I want to give credit to Mr. Freeman Cherry. I think most of you probably know him. He is the one behind pretty much this initiative. I was involved mostly in the testing of it. But what it is, we did launch chamisa2023.org. It's a citizenship initiative. What we're trying to do on this app is to make sure that we can gather resources. So for donations, when you go onto the app or the website, you can actually choose how you want to contribute to the struggle, to the campaign. You can choose donate to the presidential, parliamentary, or you can adopt a polling station. We all came from somewhere in Zimbabwe, from another city or another province or another neighborhood. You can identify in where you came from, what is the polling station you want to adopt, and then sponsor, and pay just $5, $10, whatever amount you want to pay. There's no limit. The good thing about this app is it enables us now to pull the resources together. We have just listened to Sophia, what the Managa went through, and all the struggles people are facing right now in Zimbabwe, outside Zimbabwe, and everywhere else, because of what is happening within the government of Zimbabwe. Pretty much torturing its own citizens. This initiative is for us to say, let's take control of our destiny, to be in a position to have funds available so we can have our candidates ready to go toe-to-toe to fight with this regime. So that at least during the election time, we have enough people in the polling stations, we are having enough people to observe what's going on, and hopefully, if the election is overwhelming, we'll be in a good position, likely to even overcome anything from the court. So this is a call for us as citizens to come together. Just imagine, if 5 million citizens out there, or even 1 million of you out there, you're just going to get even $5, even $1. That's millions right there. That will really, really go a long way in terms of electing our president, in terms of electing our MPs, in terms of electing our councillors, in terms of monitoring our own polling stations. That way there's no rigging happening there. We intend to make sure that each and every polling station has an agent on that station to monitor during the election period. We need help. We need money. We need resources. That's why today we launched this website. It's a vehicle for donation. You can donate 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. You can share with your colleagues, share with your non-Zimbabwean friends, share with anybody who is sympathetic to the Zimbabwean cause. That we as Zimbabweans, we want to claim our country back. We want to give our Zimbabwe back. We want a free country, a free world where people are free to express themselves. They can go to school, they can go to work without the fear of being attacked just because they are often a different political opinion or political view. So again, the website is chamisa2023.org. Once you go on the website, you can actually very mobile friendly. You can use from your phone. On your phone, go there. When you do sign up, it will ask you to create an account. just make sure that if you want to be linked to the WhatsApp, the phone number you are using to create an account, that is the same phone number you're going to use to send the request to WhatsApp so that you can be on WhatsApp notification system. That means if you have any problems, any troubles, you can just send like hello to that number, and then we'll be able to figure out how much we can help. But for now, we need donations, help in terms of monetary. You can pick whoever you want to support, or you can support all the three areas: parliamentary, presidential, and polling station. Thank you so much, for this opportunity. I hope the students out there will be able to take note of this and go on the website, chamisa2023.org.
Before you leave, Leo, can you just play the short video there so that we can ask one question on that video? There is a demo video.
Hello, guys. Here's something that we have been working on for the citizens. This is the Citizens Volunteer Platform. We are trying to build, stuff that will help us support the movement as we go forward, looking to the 2023 election. So today I'm just going to talk about the donation. What we intend to do is to have multiple donation pots. So you can donate to the presidential campaign, or the parliamentary campaign, or you can adopt a polling station. Now, you probably should have already created an account, and you hit donate. You are in there in your dashboard. You can see my name is Moyo. Now, when you hit donate here, it will give you these options. Do you want to donate to the presidential? Yes, I want. And to the parliamentary and the polling station. You choose what you want. Then you hit continue. I'm going to give $5 to the president. For parliamentary, I'll give $10. And then I can choose my constituency.
Check the volume up.
The one that I want to donate to. You can donate to my constituency also if you want. So I'll hit Central. So I hit next. Now, for the polling station, I want to give $20. Now, I don't want to donate to Lower Central. Let me choose a different one. I'll do Glenora here. There's a list of polling stations for that constituency that follows. Now, there's a color code there. Green is for funded, 50% funded is orange, and red is, not that. So I'll choose Glenora Secondary A. Now, if I hit you can pay. You have this list, and you can pay with PayPal. Now, with PayPal, that's what we are supporting right now. But you can pay also with your credit card using this PayPal platform. So there's no excuse. You hit pay with PayPal, it will process and then take you over to PayPal. And then this is where you can choose that I want to pay with Visa card or whatever, or the PayPal balance. I'm going to use my balance, and I'll continue. This is all it takes to process, and then voila, there's my receipt. And one thing that I want to talk about is the citizenship. Right, I have adopted the polling station. Now, if I hit this, I'll see my adoption certificate for that polling station, Glenora A secondary school. That's all. Now, if you go back to the dashboard, let me just go back to the dashboard. If I hit that, these are the donations that I have done. I can see all my certificates here. The current donation that I did is this one. I can see my receipt. With the receipt number. I can download the receipt if I want. Yeah. That's all. So what this does is that it allows us to be able to track then, which polling stations have been funded, which polling stations need us to do some work. So there will be a list, here you'll be able to see the numbers that are funded, lowly funded, there'll be numbers here. And then you can view this stuff on the map. So there'll be a map here. Now, because most of them are still in the red, you won't be able to see much. But the colors will change as we feel these polling stations are.
Check the volume up. Okay. There you are, viewers and listeners. That was the short video that you can watch so that you can acquaint yourself to this great initiative. Just one person before you go, Paul.
Yes, please.
So I see here. Yesterday I did log in, but I didn't manage, of course, to register because of my number couldn't be verified. Yeah, you can explain that as well. And then I tried to print the certificate to get the certificate. I didn't know that I'm just getting it now, that the certificate you get it only when you adopt a polling station. Don't you have also certificates, say someone has donated up to $1,000, or if you want to motivate people to donate more, then maybe cumulatively over time, if someone reaches $1,000 or $2,000 or any magic number that you can set, or a magic amount that you can set, and then they can also get a certificate for that.
Okay, I think that's a good, we need to think about that option there, but I think it's really good incentive for people to say, if you donate such an amount of money, we can probably be able to get some certification done for that. You can download it. I think something we will discuss and see if we can be able to implement that. But that's a good feedback there.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Abere. We'll try to have you, when you have more time, and when we are talking about other things, because this is a very important initiative. Zimbabweans, this is what you've been waiting for. You wanted a platform where you can donate, secretly, where your names are not being seen, and you also wanted to support your polling stations in your home area. Like myself, I come from Wedza. I'm obviously going to adopt a number of polling stations there. So this is what we've been waiting for, and we want to thank Mr. Chari and Mr. Bere and the rest of the team for coming up with this great initiative.
Good. Thank you, Chief, so much.
Mr. Bere, I have a question. I have a question for you. I noticed on the website there is also a button that is labeled Map Polling Stations. I wanted to ask, how far has the polling station mapping process gone? Have all the polling stations been mapped by now?
Not yet. We are still looking for those. If you look on the website, there are some instructions where once you go to your area, the polling station, you just need to send some coordinates, take a screenshot, take some coordinates out, and then you can share those. But it's an ongoing process. We are not yet mapped everything. It actually shows unmapped ones and also mapped ones. So it's another area where we still need help for people. So the idea that if we have more people signing up on the website, they'll be able to see these opportunities, that we need these mappings to be done. Right now, it's still work in progress. We are not done yet. We are really, really hoping that we get feedback from the users. As you're using the platform, you encounter any issues, or there's something you think, it doesn't make sense in terms of the flow, give us the feedback. And then definitely, if we need to make sure to make the adjustments, we will. But for this thing to work, we need people to pay attention and help and give your feedback on how you are using it. If you are using it and you're finding it's very difficult, that means you are not the only one. Somebody else might experience the same thing. If we lose those two people, we just lost $10. So everybody who got the first experience on the website, it should be easy experience. If it's challenging, that means we need to make it easier and simpler. So give us your feedback, and we'll be able to make modifications as we go and prepare to get this done in a better way.
Wow, powerful.
Would you like to explain to our viewers and listeners the importance of mapping the polling stations, and maybe to encourage them to do so?
Correct. So, like, you see how these elections in Zimbabwe work. Each and every polling station, right? If we do not map it, that means we do not know where it actually is. If we are able to map it, and right now we are doing adoption of polling stations, that means each and every polling station, we have a representative there who will be there to observe the elections, who will be there to send us the results on the day of the election. Since they're going to post them at the wall, we can be able to see that. So ideally, we can have random people who may be working within these polling stations who will be able to report those results as we get them in real time. If we are able to map everything, that means we know what's coming up from any location. If we cannot map every polling station, that means we'll be missing some key data, which can help us during our election, which can also help us as we are preparing for the election. Because our goal is to make sure that each and every polling station, there is somebody there, at a minimum 2 or 3 people. We need them to be able to observe and watch. That way we can get these results in real time. We have some more other things coming down the road, but we can't shout it too much because the enemies are listening. But this initiative today is the beginning of what the major things coming up. So if we get a lot of people buying into this idea of donating their resources, of helping us with the mopping polling station, it can only get better. Things will get easier. And you guys, at the end of the day, we're all going to be proud of the work we would have achieved together as citizens, not as freemen, not as but us together, because a website is only as good as the usage of the website. If you guys don't use it, if you can't give the information, if you can't be a part of this, it becomes useless. So we are really appealing to help. Share this to your colleagues, your WhatsApp groups, your WhatsApp communities, your Facebook, your Instagram, your TikTok, however you want to do it, so that we can spread the word out there. If we can get 1 million people to subscribe to it, I think that's a huge, huge, huge number. $1, $5 million, we'll get the country back. I honestly believe that sometimes the numbers can be overwhelming to a point that they can't rig. They can't rig. If we are able to control at the polling station, because that is the lowest granular level, that means we can now add these numbers up to the next level, right? The ward level to the provincial level. It's easier for us to track the numbers and say, follow the data, right? That is the idea behind this initiative, is to follow the data. And we are going right into the lowest granular level of collecting the data, which is the polling station. So we need your help. As you are adopting a polling station, if you see that it's still red, that means we need more money to spread the word out and pick out and help out so we can deliver the results we need in 2023 and have the country we so much want, Zimbabwe, which is free Zimbabwe.
Wow. Yeah, to our viewers here, you can just click the link there, chamisa2023.org, and you'll be able to do exactly what Mr. Tibere is saying. To our listeners on the radio station, I know you can't click the link, but go to our groups, Change Radio WhatsApp groups. All these links have been posted there, and just click, and you'll be able to do more for your country. Thank you, Mr. Tibere.
Thank you.
We'll be asking you to come back again sometime.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye. Bye.
Well, this is a great initiative, Estella and everyone listening. I think we all need to jump on it. Let's click on the link and do what we need to do. Just adopt your home area, polling station. It doesn't cost much. Next time when they come back, they'll be explaining. But from the little that I'm getting, as little as $150 will be able to take care of, some expenses. But you can go up to $450. We'll bring them back here, and they explain more as we go. But right now, this is just awareness. The website is there, and all you can do, click the link and join or register, and then you'll be able to donate to the presidential funds, donate to the parliamentary funds, or just take care of the polling station in your home area. I think this is brilliant.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Bere. Oh, I think he's already gone for that very important information. We hope our viewers and listeners, you will visit this website and spread that link to friends and family so that we can maximize our mapping of polling stations. As Mr. Bere pointed out, it's very crucial that all the polling stations are mapped, because this is the problem that we had in 2018 that we did not manage to field polling agents at all the polling stations. Then when the issue of V11s came up, we were not in a position to produce those V11s from the different polling stations to back up our claims. So it's very important that this time we get this right. We make sure that every polling station has been mapped, and this will help us in planning the manning of all these polling stations to make sure that the CCC has representation at every polling station. That way we can preempt ZANU-PF's rigging efforts. So please do send this link out to all your circle of friends so that we can maximize participation of citizens in the fundraising and in the mapping of polling stations and in the other processes that Mr. Bere talked about, which he could not disclose at the moment, but which are coming up in the future. With that, I think maybe we could move on to the next topic, a very big one, Chief. The award given to our world-renowned journalist, Hopewell Chin'ono. Would you like to walk our viewers and listeners through this one, Chief?
I hope we are getting towards the end because we have a big program here in North America. Let me talk about that. Today we have a fundraiser for the Christmas Cheer Fund in Canada. So if you are listening and you are in Canada, you are in America, we'll be having a Christmas Cheer fundraiser, and we'll share the links. Those who are in our WhatsApp groups, I know you already have the link. Let's come and discuss and talk. We'll be having Honorable Tofa there, Minister Shatwayo, and many other, interim national leaders will join in from Zimbabwe. And then on Saturday, next Saturday, on the 17th, we'll be in Toronto, live in Toronto. As you've been seeing, we have had the South Africa fundraising dinner, we have had the Botswana fundraising dinner, we have the UK fundraising dinner, and we also have the North America fundraising dinner in Toronto. So those who want to travel, the details I think will be posted here. We'll fly to the poster. But if you want to get more information about that event, join our Zoom event. It will also be here on Change Radio and on YouTube. So look out for that at 9 p.m. Zimbabwean time. We'll be starting. And then to the big award that Mr. Hopewell Chin'ono got in Dubai. This is great that we have one of our own who is being recognized at a world event on the world stage for fighting against corruption and looting in Zimbabwe. As you know, Zimbabwe is on its knees right now, not because of what ZANU-PF wants you to believe when they talk about sanctions, when they talk about propaganda and other things. Zimbabwe is where it is today because of the massive looting, the massive corruption that Emmerson Mnangagwa is allowing to go on. He's not allowing to go on only, but he's also part of it. In fact, he's as Honorable Tendai Biti puts it, he is the Archbishop of corruption. And, we are seeing that, millions and millions of dollars now that are adding to billions of dollars every year that are being looted from our economy, our resources, our minerals, our land. Everything is just being done through corrupt deals, and Hopewell Chin'ono has been at the center stage of exposing that corruption. Together with Honorable Job Scala, they both went to jail just for exposing corruption together with Jacob Ngaruvume, of Transform Zimbabwe. All these are Zimbabweans that have been trying to expose ZANU-PF on its corruption. And we want to thank them we want to thank Hopewell Chin'ono for his sacrifices and for what he has done, because it takes a lot of sacrifice and a lot of will for you to take on ZANU-PF the way Hopewell has been doing. A lot of people will get afraid at exposing ZANU-PF because ZANU-PF will come after you. You heard what they're doing to Sophia Tekwani in Sweden. There, that's what the ZANU-PF does. They are very retributive. When they see that you are doing something that will expose them, they will come after you. So we are grateful that Hopewell Chin'ono is one of the few or one of the many activists that are courageous enough to speak truth to power everywhere at every stage, and still going back to Zimbabwe. Even ipapa totopinda Zimbabwe pacho tichikwata takapfeka mazijuzu kuti tisaoneka. So so I'm very grateful that we have people like Hopewell Chin'ono. You can come in, Stella and others that are there. I don't know if Loveness is still there.
I think Champion Loveness vadona. But zvakaitwa naHopewell nezviri kuitwa naChampion Sophia ndo mushonga wemabullies. Mabullies, when they attack you, if you back down, then they keep coming back and victimizing you. But if you stand up to them, they leave you alone. Vakamboda kumutyisidzira Hopewell Chin'ono aenda abroad for some conference kuti paunodzoka tichakusunga paairport. Iye akati handabasa nazvo, but hapana zvavakambomuita. And they quickly realized that they cannot bully him. So it's very brave of even Champion Sophia. She's back here and she's still doing what they thought they were going to stop her from doing. I would just like to encourage you, Champion Sophia, and to thank you for your bravery in coming back to share on what has been happening to you and your family there in Sweden. And this is the best way to silence them when they know that they will be exposed. Bullies will back down. But Chief, I know you said that we are running out of time, so maybe we can just quickly go through the remaining topics. Apparently, top government officials in Zimbabwe to get free solar installations to cushion them from the load shedding, which is ongoing in Zimbabwe right now. Something which I find extremely shameful for a leadership that has contributed so much to the decline of our economy, to the reduction of our country to its knees, and all they think about is their own comfort while our hospitals go without something as basic as beds. I don't know if Champion Leo, you have a video that has been doing rounds on social media of a hospital bed in Chitungwiza, which is not really a bed. It's a makeshift bed, which is falling apart at that. And a sick person is lying on that bed. Chief or Champion Sophia, are you in a position to come in on this one?
Can you hear me, Champion Estella?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh, thank you. I think it's very important if Leader Teresa can show that video of Chitungwiza Hospital, that makeshift bed, because it's actually a child that was admitted, and it was the father of that child who was taking that video and asking, is this what a country, is this what we deserve as citizens, and is this what children deserve as Zimbabwean children, that when they get sick, they are put on a makeshift, a pathetic excuse of a bed as that. I think it'll be nice if Champion Teresa has that video. You're quite right, that maybe it could be seen, but for me, it just goes to show the decay that has happened in our beloved nation, that these who call themselves leaders are only thinking about themselves. They don't care about anyone else. That's why they've organized for them to have solar power at their houses, while the rest of the masses are, suffering in darkness. We recently saw that the UZ students were writing their examinations in the dark because there was no electricity. I've never heard of that happening anywhere else in the world. Even if we look at Zaire, DRC, formerly known as Zaire, the dark hellholes, the most repressive governments on earth, we have never heard of them, that an institution of higher learning such as a university of a country, students were forced to write examinations in the dark because there was no electricity, because the government of the day has stolen and looted so much that they cannot even provide a basic need as electricity, a human rights need as electricity. So this is really pathetic, and it must come to an end. And it comes to an end, Zimbabweans, by us registering to vote and voting and defending our vote in next year's elections. We need to take ZANU PF out of power. We need to take ZANU PF out of Zimbabwe. We need to start afresh with the capable leadership of Advocate Nelson Chamisa and the Triple C. We need to have dignity back in our lives, and we need to have this thing of intimidation and just having a decent livelihood for all Zimbabweans. I think that is all from me. If I can hand back over to you, Champion Estella.
Oh, thank you so much, Champion Sophia. You're very right. I am flighting a picture of the issue you mentioned, that UZ students are writing exams in the dark without electricity. This is not directly in our studio, so the, the 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 volume might not be the best, and it might not be on at all. I'm just going to flight a video. This is one lady who is a business person in Zimbabwe, who's resorted to drying her chicken on the fence, as you can see there, because of the load shedding that's going on. The inconsistency in electrical supply is affecting small businesses throughout the country. And we all know there isn't much employment in Zimbabwe at the moment, and a lot of people are resorting to small businesses to try and make a living. But due to all these issues that are affecting our economy and our infrastructure, even those efforts that people are making to try and make ends meet are falling to nothing. But it's quite tragic that while our business people are facing the brunt of these load shedding escapades that our government goes on, they are cushioning themselves from these, and they are using taxpayers' money that is supposed to go into the generation of electricity so that everyone in Zimbabwe can have a continuous supply of electricity. They are taking that money and using it to install solar panels for their personal properties so that they don't have to experience the effects of load shedding. I will also just quickly flight the video of the hospital bed that we talked about earlier. I have put the volume off because it normally doesn't work from this platform where I'm flighting these videos from. But just so you see, So there you go. That is the hospital bed that this child is lying on. And this is on a bed in Chitungwiza. And as Champion Sophia pointed out, the monies that are supposed to go into equipping our hospitals is going into installing solar panels for the top government officials who, due to their looting, are responsible for the situation that the country is in to start with. And as Champion Sophia pointed out, something has to be done, but it is you and I who have to do something about it. And our window of opportunity is facing us come 2023. This is an election that we cannot afford to make mistakes. Come 2023, we have to get this right and ensure that we institute a leadership that seeks the improvement of our livelihoods and not the fattening of their pockets and their beneficiaries at our expense. Yes, so those are the three last topics that we had for you today, all of which were connected to the same issue. The issues caused by the looting of our leaders, resulting in these electricity shortages and these broken infrastructure in our hospitals, whilst sadly they are cushioning themselves and their family from the effects of this depreciation of our economy, which they are responsible for causing anyway. Before we close out, I would just like to give you, Champion Sophia, a chance to give any closing remarks that you might have, since I understand there's another program which should be starting right about now.
No, I think we have spoken at great length of our topics for the week. All I have to say from my end is to thank the viewers and the listeners for spending time with us and for interacting with us. Thank you for your comments, and for our guests and who joined us on the show. Just to thank them as well, Champion Bere and Champion Gift Mugio. Just to thank them for that. And to you as well, Leader Estela, thank you for anchoring this wonderful show, and our leader behind the scenes, Champion Talisai, thank you so much. Stay tuned on Change Radio. There are a lot more exciting programs, like Champion Estela has said. And we see you again, same time, same place next week. Good night.
Yes. Thank you so much, Champion Sophia. And to you, our viewers and listeners, it's a good night. Hope to see you again next week, same time, same place. Champion Leo, would you like to play something as we close off?
الفائزة الدكتورة ليزا بفئة حماية الرياضة من الفساد. يسعدني أن أرحب على المسرح بالفائز السيد هوبويل شينونو من زيمبابوي عن فئة الابتكار والصحافة الاستقصائية لمكافحة الفساد. ندعوه على المسرح.
الفائز بجائزة سمو الشيخ تميم بن حمد الثاني الدولية للتميز في مكافحة الفساد لعام 2022 عن فئة الابتكار والصحافة الاستقصائية السيد هوبويل شينونو. هوبويل شينونو صحفي زيمبابوي، وقد عمل في